Today's video, we're going to talk about using smart bidding when everybody else has it. How does Google decide who to send the customers to? Now, this is something that a lot of people don't consider when they're going to take their money and invest it into Google advertising for their business. There is 4 ads at the top of Google. There is typically 8 to 10 people that want in those 4 spots at the top of Google, okay? Who's the one who gets to be in the 4 spots versus the 8? More importantly though, who's the one who gets the 10 to 20% most serious prospects that are going to be Googling the keywords that all these people want to show up for, these advertisers want to show up for as well, given that's about basically what it is. If somebody searches for divorce lawyer Phoenix as a one potential keyword, an opportunity here. If you got 8 people advertising on that keyword, only one person's going to get that customer ultimately, right? Because ultimately you got to, here's the key thing that I wanted to make this video for here, make people aware of. That is, Google tracks everything you do. Everything you've ever done on Google is in a database somewhere. Everything you've ever said with a Google device or an app on a phone that you have has been stored in a database somewhere. Every website that you've ever went to, Google's got the tentacles and everything, is in a database somewhere. They know, due to their AI and machine learning systems, the probability when you search for divorce lawyer Phoenix, that you're going to be an actual client of that law firm versus not. And they can't obviously see into the future to do that. They could see everything that you've done as a person for the last 20 years and compare it to every other person who's made that same search and whether or not they became a client of those firms or not, because they could see with the app tracking apps on your phone whether you went into that office or not, or went back to that website more than once to indicate that you hired that lawyer, or through these lawyers' conversion tracking that you became a client. They know pretty well what the odds are when somebody goes to search for this keyword that you want to show up on the top of Google for. The likelihood that person is going to turn into a client. And with everybody using smart bidding, the 8 to 10 people that are advertising for this keyword are using smart bidding, saying that they'll pay $100 for a customer. How does Google decide, is it your ad or one of the other 7 ads that show up in the first spot or in these 4 spots at all? Or is it one of the other advertisers that should show up? Given everybody's saying to Google that they have the same goal. I want a lead and I want to pay XYZ amount for it. How do they decide one person gets it or the other person gets it? That's what I'm going to cover the mechanics on in today's video, so you understand what you're up against if you really want to make money with Google Ads, given they can only give that great prospect to one person, and the money is in the 10 to 20% of the search volume for a certain keyword that you want to bid on and show up for, that where all the money's made. And Google knowing what 10 to 20% where they're at and where the 80% who doesn't make you money are not at. And how you get to show up for basically just the 10 to 20% that are likely to become clients in your space or customers in your space, and not show up for the other 80% that they know isn't going to be buying anything. So you can't rely, in other words, just to state something obvious right up front. Smart bidding to get you the results you want. If it were only as easy as starting up an ad account and saying, Google, I want to pay $100 for a customer, and then you instantly get it, every idiot would be able to get into business tomorrow and start making money, and nobody would have a job if it were that easy. The reason why it can't be that easy is because there's all the other people in your niche space who are already advertising who also want those customers and are telling Google the same thing. To not get the portion of the search traffic that you're trying to show up for that doesn't buy, and to get the portion of the search traffic that you want to show up for that does buy, and show up for that and get those people, you've actually got to earn a reputation with Google and show Google that you have a higher click-through rate than the other ads that are there at the top of Google, and that you have higher conversion rates from click into a lead than other people that are advertising on Google now for the keywords you want to show up for, or they're going to send you the portion of the traffic that's the least likely to convert and therefore not profitable. Okay? Whomever has the highest click-through rate and the highest conversion rate, they want to send that 15% of the people that are the most likely to be customers to you and not the other guys as an encouragement to get you to stay around and advertise on Google, given that Google wants to make money, and the way that they make money is giving the users who search on Google the best experience, particularly the best ads that give the user the best experience. And they measure the best experience by these two metrics, click-through rate and conversion rate. So if you want to break it down and simplify how to make money on Google Ads to just as base level terms as possible, you provide the user a better experience, better click-through rates, better conversion rates than the people that you're also showing up next to on Google. Google will want to send the portion of the traffic that you're showing up for now that's going to be most likely to turn into a customer to you, and everything else to the person that is not doing those two things as good as you, and you'll make all the money, or you'll make a good ROI and they won't, and that's the difference between making money and not making money on Google Ads. Okay? To break it down here, if you think every single person that searches for divorce lawyer Phoenix, if you're a divorce lawyer in Phoenix, is a good prospect, and that every single person who responds should be ready to buy, they're not. Okay? The way that this really breaks down is about 15% of the people who search for that keyword that you're trying to show up for are actual buyers. Okay? And when I say actual buyers, and they know that they're going to buy, and they know they're not going to waste any time, they're ready to buy now. Okay? You got another about 35% of the people searching for your keyword, and that is if it's a buying keyword, where they're not looking for information or whatever. There's another 35% who think they're buyers. They think they're going to buy now, but they're really procrastinators. They get to the site, maybe they respond, but they don't decide right away. They're not ready to buy right away. So they think they're buyers, but they're not really buyers. And they'll buy eventually, but not right away. Then you got about another half of the traffic who are just information seeking. They're typing in, buy cleaning services, but they have no intention of to get cleaning services at all. They're just getting information, asking about the price, asking questions. Can you do this? Can't do this? Thinking about it, pondering it, whatever you want to say. They're not going to be buying anything. Okay, so half of it's buyers, half of it's not buyers. If you're going to get on the side of getting the half of the traffic that are buyers, that type in your keywords that match your space, cleaning services, cleaning companies, if you're in the cleaning space for an example here, you got to get on the other side of this thing, which is better click-through rates and better conversion rates than your competition. The smart bidding itself isn't going to help you because everybody else has smart bidding now. They all say they want the customer. They all say they want the lead. That's no differentiation point whatsoever anymore. The differentiation point is and always will be, moving forward, can you have a better experience for Google's users? If so, they want to give the traffic to you because there's no shortage of people who want the customers in your space, unless legitimately there is nobody who can do, or very few people who can do what you do in your market. Okay, in that case, what I'm saying here doesn't apply. They're just happy you're there providing a solution for something that people are searching for. For everybody else that does something that can be easily replicated and there's competition for, this applies to you. You got to have better click-through rates and conversion rates than your competition, or Google's going to send the person, they're going to sub-segment the traffic for your keywords that is least likely to convert based upon all their machine learning and give it to you, and you're not going to make any money. Versus the better half because they want to encourage you to stick around and keep helping Google users get a better experience for your keywords, give you the better half of the traffic, so have you realize you're making money and start advertising for the next 10 years to make their search engine better until at least somebody else comes around and has an even better ad with a better click-through rate and a better landing page to take people to, or site that has a better conversion rate than you. And then they start reallocating the better half of the traffic to that person. So it's all just an arms race. Who can actually get the better ad and the better landing page? Whoever has it, they want to send it to them. But here's the other thing that people don't realize. Even if you have the best ad and the best landing page, it's going to take months and months and months for a Google system to realize it, because machine learning, if you don't know anything about it, it's all on statistical models. Statistical models can't make judgments on small numbers. You need hundreds, if not thousands, of clicks on your ads for each keyword for them to understand you have the better ad, or at least thousands of clicks on all your keywords, because they will kind of draw inferences from the performance on one keyword to another and apply it to another. But people that think they're just going to come to the table and have something good and have them send the better half of the traffic to them, that's not going to happen. They're going to slowly test you out. And on top of it, send you the garbage half of the traffic while they're testing you out to see if you have a better click-through rate and conversion rate. With that scenario, you can't expect to make any money because your conversion rates are going to be absolute shit, because they're treating you like a second-class citizen up front, and there's no way to avoid it at all. And you just gotta take it in the teeth, eat it. But it's worth eating it, because 3 to 6 months later, you're going to have racked up enough data in your account, and by then, for Google to see you have a better click-through rate and a conversion rate that's better than the existing competition for your keywords, and to push the guy that was getting the better half of the traffic out of the way in replacement of pushing you now, if you will. And that's how you make money with Google Ads in today's environment. Okay? Smart bidding will work to your advantage and get you the cost per lead you want, but if you don't get the quality of person from those leads, it ain't going to matter, so to say. And if you're using smart bidding with, like an e-commerce business, you're doing target ROAS bidding, maximize conversion value bidding strategy, they're still going to send you the worst half of the traffic that's least likely to convert, and you're just not going to get an ROI until you've had time for Google to realize the better half of the traffic should be sent to you, so to say. So there's two things that needs to happen in summary here for you to be able to make money with Google Ads. Even though you have smart bidding and you're telling Google what you want, you've got to have better click-through rate and better conversion rates than your competition. And you got to wait long enough for the system to realize you have those better click-through rates and conversion rates to give you the benefit of the doubt and give you the better half of the traffic, or you're never going to get the good quality traffic that you need where the money really is in your market. And so if you don't come to the table spending more than 15 minutes setting up your ads, and really for us to consistently do better than any of our competition, we're going to spend 100 hours on our campaign setup up front, landing pages and ads, then you're wasting your time and money. And then even then, we're going to have to spend 3 to 6 months just building up data behind our campaigns before they give us the better half of the traffic and the money really starts coming. And those two things always have to happen for us to enter a market and have it work every time. We'll always make our money back. The money you make on month 12 will pay for, what it costs to get up and going for the first 3 months or 6 months most of the time. Or at least month 24 will pay for the first, what it costs to get up and profitable the first 6 months. Because the longer you run the ads, the more efficient they get as well through the data that you're accumulating in your account and the machine learning and all that. But there's no way to just turn on ads and get them to work anymore. I did Google Ads back in 2005. It was like that before. Now it's all run off machine learning algorithms, and with smart bidding, they can only send the person because everybody's saying what they'll pay per lead or pay per sale. They're only going to send that good quality person that they know is most likely to turn into a sale or good lead to a couple people. And everybody else is going to get the crappier quality traffic. And you can know it because you could set up a good ad and have bad conversion rates until you get to the other side of this, like I was talking about, and the algorithm sees that you're doing well and starts to send you the good quality traffic. You literally will start out with a conversion rate that's 10 times better than what it was when you started out day one on, day 181. And we see this all the time. And people will get confused and they'll think that, oh, I just need a better landing page. No. You need to wait long enough for the system to give you the good quality traffic. That's the difference, and that's the thing you don't have. And there's no switch to simply flip. And if there was, by the way, your competition would already did it before, and there would be no opportunity. If it was as easy to walk up, everybody knows about Google Ads in your entire market. Who gets the customers? That 2% of the market who gets all those beautiful customers are the person who's going to put the time and the effort in to give Google something they don't have, which is a better experience than what the people that are advertising on your keywords in your market are providing today. It's not a yellow page ad that you simply I'll just do what I need, I'm up there, okay, I'm done. No. It's how do I crush the competition in terms of user experience and stay on top permanently in terms of user experience. If you do, you'll make millions of dollars generally in most markets per year on ads. If you don't, you make nothing. It's winner takes all. Or should I say, the top 10 or 20% out of those 8 to 10 people that are cycling in and out of the ad spaces in your market for your keywords, they're making 80% of the profit. So basically, story here is, or to bottom line it for you, if either try to be in the top 10 or 20% or don't waste your time and effort on it because it's not worth it to be in the middle anymore. Because they know where the good customers are and they're going to send them to the person who's doing the best job with their advertising to encourage them to stick around, like I said before. So that's the crux of the situation when you're talking about smart bidding, everybody using smart bidding. They still have to decide who to send the good customers to that they know is most likely to convert. It's not a dumb system anymore where you either just show up for a keyword or you don't, like it's a damn light switch. And that's what everybody wants it to be, is a light switch. And if it were a light switch, you wouldn't get in on the action. People that did what you think you're so clever in doing today would have been done 10 years ago already. But you want it to be like this because the other doofuses that try to enter your market, they're going to try to spend 15 minutes setting up their ads like they discovered fire and try to get their ads to work with no effort, and they're going to fail. And you're going to laugh at them, literally speaking. It's actually quite comical because you can actually, once you're in a market, you can see new guys come in, they'll advertise for 3 months, they're gone. New guy comes in, he's advertising for 3 months, gone. New guy comes in, starts advertising for 3 months, gone. And this is just like a revolving thing. And it's all because of what I just told you. They're not going to put the effort up front to get their ads to be successful enough to actually give Google a reason to send the good customers to them. Okay? And, because the mentality is most business owners, lame business owners say, I'll invest more into the ads when the ads start working. That's like saying you're going to, put gas in your car when your car's already moving because you know the car will move. It's never going to fucking move until you put the gas in the car to begin with. The gas has a cost. The gas doesn't care about your feelings about how much the gas costs. Damn gas in the car, you ain't going nowhere. This is the same thing that applies with the Google ads. You're either going to invest what it takes to have a better ad and a better landing page than your competition that's making all the millions now, or you just run home crying to your mommy about how much you think you deserve these customers because you've been in business 10 years. You should deserve it. Nobody gives a shit about your feelings. Google wants a better experience for their users. The people that want to do business with you want you to try harder and making it easier to make a decision to go with you than the other people that are there at the top of Google already. It's pretty simple. If you want a higher click-through rate and a higher conversion rate, you tell them that, because there's always three things they want. Do you do what I came to Google for in the first place? Yes or no? Make it easier for me to decide you have it than the other three ads that are shown there next to you, and you'll get my click. Make sure that I know that you deliver or service my area, and make sure that I know that I can trust you. Those are the three things you have to communicate better than your competition right up front, or you're not going to win this game. You need to do that on the ad, and you need to do that on the landing page. The quicker and easier the people get that information from you, the more likely it is you're going to be in the top 10, 20% in your niche market that gets the highest quality, most likely to convert people to go to you. And really the simple way to do things is single keyword ad groups that I talk about all the time on this channel. One keyword in an ad group by itself, no more. Why? Because you can make a laser freaking targeted ad for that keyword. And when nobody else wants to do this because they're freaking lazy, and you have an ad when somebody types in, best hair tattoo clinic Tampa, you don't have an ad that says hair clinic in Monterey County. You have exactly what they typed into the ad. And then you say, we cover your area and we're the best in the area because we're in business for 28 years and blah, 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 blah. And then you do that same thing on the landing page. You don't screw around and switch it up on them when they get to the damn landing page. Oh, I don't want to make more than one landing page. It's too much work. Okay, well, leave the millions on the table for the other guy because they're going to be getting it. Nobody cares. Nobody cares what you think. Nobody cares how much you think it should cost to compete. You either win the game or you lose. There's no middle anymore. It's like there's no middle class in America anymore. You either do what the rich do or you suffer the consequences of being poor. This Google ad system is the same way. And it's very similar to how economics works. Free market capitalism. Everybody's got the opportunity to come to Google Ads and make millions. Simply by doing the things that's going to make the ad and the landing page better. Either do it and you make them, you don't do it, you don't make them. It's really up to you. Google says, we're waiting in any market for somebody to come to the table and do more for our users than what's already being done. If you do it, we'll reward you handsomely. If you don't do it, we'll shit all over you. We'll take a big fat dump on the top of your head. You get nothing. And, that's the way that it is, if you will. And this is not even just basically, though ultimately Google's fault or just with Google. I mean, if you think about like the yellow page listings, what did people do back then in order to get that to work? They'd rename their company to like AAA, hair clinic or whatever, so that they would show up at the top of the list because all the listings were in alphabetical order. Well, everybody else that wasn't named AAA were pissed because they were not, Barney's hair clinic is now not on the top of the list anymore. And what happens? You either play the game that they're playing, as long as it's not illegal or unethical, you should be doing it. Either play the game or you lose the customers. There's no room for whining. There's no room for whining. You either step up to the plate and do what it now takes to compete, or you go out of business. And if you're not growing, baby, you're dying when it comes to business. You can't just do good enough. Because whatever you're doing that's bringing in the customers you have with the good enough approach is not going to be working at some point in the future, because things marketing-wise always change. And if you don't have any money saved to transition to the next thing, once the thing you're doing now doesn't work, you're out of business. I see this all the time. People wait to the last damn second to advertise their business. They should have did it when they were making money. Now they're not making money. Oh, I need customers now, Corey. What can you do to get this going in a month? You're done. It's too late. Nothing's going to work in a month. And what could work in a month was cost so much money. You don't have it. You don't have that option either. So Anyway, I'm getting a bit off track here. These millions are available to you as well as anybody else who listens to this information and just understands what Google's looking for, how the system works, how the money flows through the system, so to say. I love the system because I know, A, how to beat the other ads in terms of the click-through rate and conversion rate and how to implement it. And also, third to that, how long it takes for it to kick in. Because most people, even if they knew what I knew, they'd try and expect it to work right away and then give up, say it doesn't work. Then they don't wait long enough for it to kick in and they don't make the millions because of that. So, if you actually, most people that hear this information is going to be pissed because they don't want to hear what I'm telling them. If you can get past I don't like what the message is and just go ahead and go out and do it, you'll come back here 12 months from now and your business will be doubled, most likely. And you'll thank me. Yes, it's not going to be easy. But then again, as a final closing thought here, your ads are going to be working, and anybody else that tries to nip at your heels ain't going to be able to do it so damn easy. You don't want it to be easy to be taken away from you. You'll be happy that it's so damn hard once you're already on top. Trust me. So anyway, with that said, I'll wrap it up with that. If you have any questions, leave me a comment below. I get back to every single person who leaves me a question or a comment on this channel, usually within 24 hours time. If you are going to pay attention to any information on YouTube that's going to help you make millions of dollars running ads for your business, this is the channel that's going to ultimately do it for you, given the information is coming to you from somebody who spends 40 hours a week doing ad testing and strategy for a few dozen different ad accounts at our advertising firm. That is very unique in that 99% of the information you find about running ads on YouTube and online is coming from somebody who's not really even running ads, or they're running a couple ads. They don't really know what's going on. And they're just trying to sell you a course or make money off of ads. They don't have the real information. The real information you really want is on this channel. And it's not going to get any better than the information you find here, even though it's not very delicately packaged, if you will, like a lot of these channels might look and are. So with that said, you should subscribe if you're not subscribed already. You can also find my blog at guaranteeppc.com/blog. Where on the blog itself, I have step-by-step advice and specific strategies that work that you can follow step-by-step with screenshots, with the whole shebang that you could apply to your business today. If you like the channel, you're also going to like my blog. It's even more valuable than the channel itself. As mentioned, I run an advertising agency. We're the only agency out there that, though, has a guarantee. That is, we predict how much results we can get for you in terms of an increase in profit from your brand running ads or running additional strategies that you don't have running for your brand now, revolving around ads. And we take a fee if and only when we give you the increase or rise in profitability from your ads that we promise you up front. The catch is we got to know, of course, we can get you results before we agree to take you on as a client. But if you want to see if we can work together, reach out to me at my firm at guaranteeppc.com. I'll give you an estimate of how much results I can actually bring for you with the stuff I know how to do here, and we'll see if we can make something happen. If you're not looking to work with an ad agency per se, there's also an option to use our ad templates. If we've worked in your niche market before, and I've worked in over 100 niche markets in the last 10 years and running this advertising firm now, you can take the winning ads, landing pages, campaign templates, all of it that works for your niche market, and copy and paste it into your account and get the same results we're getting with none of the work, none of the time and money it took for us to figure out what was the best way to run ads in your market and get those results right away. It's way cheaper, certainly, than trying to figure out what we had to figure out in your own market if we've done it already. These templates are so good that we've got people that use them to start whole other businesses, whether they're selling leads or getting into e-commerce when they don't know anything about it, but it's like having a business on training wheels, given that the ads are set up to sell a certain product that you can easily get from China, but the ads are already proven to work to sell that product, so you don't really have to figure out the hardest part of making that type of business work. And, we got opportunities to use the templates for stuff like that as well if you wanted to start a whole new business if you wanted to, but would show how well these templates do work. If you're interested in any of those templates, you can also reach out to me at my firm at guaranteeppc.com. I'll wrap everything up with that, though. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.